Good morning. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about suicide. And I've kind of taken a little hiatus from making videos because the subject is very personal for several reasons. My brother committed suicide, and I have thought about committing suicide. And I wanted this to be real. Really real. I don't want to tell you some Pollyannish thing like suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I have all of my life been grappling with suicide, and I've gone through a lot of spaces with it at different ages. And I've also looked at the Kevorkian thing, does a person have a right, to, or should they be allowed to? And I've got some really detailed concerns that I want to cover with you before you decide to take any action. And those videos are coming. So I really did want to get to this right away. But I didn't want to give you a talking through my hat sort of BS answer. I wanted to really get down to it. And so that's what I'm going to be doing in the next few videos based on a comment that was sent to me by a sweetheart. That they were in therapy and they were starting to feel like it was pointless and useless. And I said, there's a need. So I'm gonna, bring it up. And I feel very strongly about this subject. I do believe, I'm gonna say, that some people, a very small selection of people, should have the right to end their lives. I don't think the law should get involved in that. Having said that, it's a very small select group. And I don't want to give you any perfunctory answers. I want you to know that I've really looked at all sides of this because I have been the survivor of someone who committed suicide or supposedly committed suicide. I spent decades thinking that my brother had committed suicide, and it wasn't until recently, a few months ago, that somebody suggested that he may have been insured by his employer, and his employer was not very scrupulous. He had ties to the mob and stuff. So it's possible that he was actually killed for the key money insurance, because my brother had become a millionaire in his during his career. So I'm specifically also going to be talking about because I'm going to call her Katie. That's not her real name. But a young lady who had everything going for her in the way of family ties, personal relationships, and money, but she didn't have love. And so, and she was suicidal. And so I'm going to be talking, I think, to that very select group, because I think it's super important not to overlook that a person has achieved all of this wealth and stability, and they seem to have everything going for them, and still they can be suicidal. So I'm going to be talking about that too. So this is kind of a serious subject, and I just want to say, now wait for the other videos, because I'm going to really give it a lot of thought before I video on each one of the subjects having to do with suicide. Just wait.